So what's up, Bubba, coming to you live. Veterans Day. I'd like to thank all the veterans out there. But I got a little something I was thinking about this morning. I left the dump, and while I was leaving, I got a message from on Messenger from Facebook, a customer wanting to haul some brick off. So I'm making this video for the customer and for the guys in junk removal. So for the guys in junk removal, if you're uncomfortable with a picture being sent and you can't give a price, come up with your own way of explaining it. What we usually tell them is, it's hard to estimate from a picture. There could be unforeseen things, like either under the pile or whatever, or with the brick. Really, the only way to guesstimate how long it is I always look at the fence panels or something in the background to try to give you an idea of how long it is. And there was, 6, 12, I guess it was 3.5 panels, something like that. So I figured, okay, they're about 6 foot each, 6, 12, 18, maybe 20 foot long, but then it's hard to tell. Is it 6 foot wide, 7 foot wide, 2 foot tall, 3 foot tall? It's hard to tell. Anyway, if you're not comfortable, send them something like that. You can go out yourself and do an estimate if that's what your business does. Now, for the customer that's watching this, remember that whenever you send pictures, because what we get 90% of the time, or for myself, it's 99% of the time, almost 100% of the time, is a picture and say, give me a quote, or a picture and what's your price, or how much, and it's kind of generic. Okay, so here's an easy way of explaining it. I'm driving past a field right now. To my right, there's actually a landfill behind it, right here on the Beltway in Houston. It'd be like me taking a picture of this field and sending it to a guy that does bush hogging or mowing or whatever you want to call it, shredding, whatever you want to call it, and just asking how much. Well, he's going to need to know the acreage, how many trees are on it. Or it'd be like another example, an AC guy. You send him a picture of the AC unit and ask him how much to replace. Well, he's going to need to know the square footage of your home. He's going to need to know the tonnage of the unit. I mean, there's so many things to take into consideration. So when y'all send pictures to junk removal companies or whoever, landscaping, whatever you're doing, roofing, you got to think of that. So whenever we don't answer right away and give you a price, there's reasons for that. We have to ask questions. Where are you located? Where are the items at? Is it easy access for us to back up to it? All that comes into play. Because in a business, the longer you're working on a job, the longer you're working on a job, the more money that comes out of that job to pay your employees. So if all this brick and concrete sitting by the road, of course it's going to be easy access. So the customer's going to think, oh, it'll be super cheap because they can back right up to it. That's not necessarily true, because that concrete or that brick could end up weighing, 4, 5, 6 tons. You just never know, and we don't know neither. We can kind of guesstimate it, but it's hard to tell. Also, with the customers that always send the picture, and it'll be kind of random, like a big pile of trash, and they will give you the measurements. The measurements will be, it's 6 foot long, 4 foot wide, and 2 foot tall. How much? You can do that math. 6 times 2 times 4 divided by 27, and it'll give you the yardage. But what you have to understand is there's a fluff factor whenever you're taking this trash. So once trash is sat, and usually when people are stacking it, they put it a certain way. Once we pick it up and we throw it in the trailer, there's always a fluff factor. It's not going to sit the exact same way that it was sitting in that photo. So just some helpful tips. Just remember, it doesn't matter if you're the business owner or the one that makes the bids or takes the phone calls, or if you're the customer. We can't always give an exact price unless we know exactly what we're doing and exactly where it's coming from. But what we can do, I've never done this, but I know people that do, is they will just overbid it a little bit or give you a price range. And what I mean by overbid, they're not overbidding it so they're making a huge profit off of you. They're overbidding it because they really don't know what they're getting into. Or a price range is a better thing to do, and we do that a lot. We'll tell them between $220 and $320. It's a $100 range, but we're honest. So if it falls on the $220 side, that's all we charge them. If it falls on the $320 side, then that's what we charge them. Anyway, just a little something there for the customers and for the guys in the junk removal business that are maybe just starting, or if you've been in it a while. I still run into problems. if you try to say you don't run into problems, then you're lying to yourself, because issues pop up every day that you can't foresee. Anyway, for all your junk removal needs in the Houston area, 281-782-5537. Check us out on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram. Until next time.